On November 9th, the world got music, two images that nobody was prepared for. The James Webb Telescope and the Virtual Telescope Project unveiled the newest photographs of the interstellar object called 3I Atlas. Music, and what they disclosed has rendered scientists speechless. In these pictures, the music object showed up as a compact, radiant point of light lacking the slightest hint of a tail, no evidence of outgassing, no dust or gas cloud, nothing that ought. Music to accompany an object shedding billions of tons of material close to the sun. But here's the most disturbing music aspect. It appears precisely the same as it did in July when the Hubble Space Telescope last captured it. For an object that should have shed over 5 billion tons of mass from solar, music, heating already, its unaltered look is a cosmic affront to every established law of cometary physics. To some, music, it's merely an anomaly. To others, it's something much larger. Harvard astrophysicist, music, Avi Loeb terms it a cosmic wake-up call. Because if these images represent what they seem, a body speeding through the solar, music system without expelling anything, then 3I Atlas might not be a comet whatsoever. It might be something constructed. It all started when astronomers spotted something odd in late October. As 3I Atlas neared its closest solar point, its perihelion, the object started to accelerate, not decelerate. This is unfeasible. According to NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, Atlas strayed from its forecasted orbit by 4 arcseconds, a minor angle that at 203 million kilometers distance amounts to a shift of tens, music, of thousands of kilometers. Something massive was nudging it off course. The computations astonished mission analysts. The object accelerated outward from the sun at 0.22 millimeters per second. Music squared while drifting sideways at almost the same pace in just music 1 month. That's a displacement exceeding 80 kilometers, much too vast to stem from random variations. The queries circulated through observatories from music Hawaii to Chile. What unseen force was guiding this object? The standard explanation, outgassing, failed. To generate that thrust level, Atlas would need to music release at least 1/6 of its total mass, akin to 5 billion tons of vaporized gas, creating a dazzling halo visible through modest backyard telescopes. Yet the sky stayed clear. No cloud, no tail, no vapor, nothing. To grasp how ridiculous this is, the Virtual Telescope Project issued a side-by-side contrast between 3I Atlas and Comet Lemon. An utterly typical comet imaged under music, the same conditions mere days before. Lemon performed as anticipated, a luminous, ethereal tail, music, flowing away from the sun, flawlessly molded by solar radiation. But Atlas remained just a dot, crisp, compact, unmarred. It was akin to contrasting a living entity with a statue. One emanating energy and motion, the other static and mute. For Atlas to speed up without generating debris is like seeing a rocket soar without exhaust. The physics, music, don't merely falter, they crumble. When Loeb performed the calculations, he discovered that if the acceleration were truly cometary, the escaping gases would produce a glow brighter than the full moon. Yet the November 5th images display nothing similar. The object's magnitude, color, and symmetry all stay eerily unchanged. The Virtual Telescope's music director, Gianluca Massi, labeled it the most perplexing observation I've ever conducted. Because even instruments built to spot faint music dust traces returned the same result, 0. When the data arrived at Harvard, Loeb and his team started rebuilding the music physics behind the acceleration. Using Atlas's projected mass of 33 billion tons, almost 1 million times heavier than ʻOumuamua, they determined that no recognized natural process could music explain the force impacting it. Solar radiation pressure was too feeble. Outgassing was music undetectable. Planetary gravitational pulls were impossible at that range. That left a single choice, an unidentified mechanism. We must accept what the data reveals. Loeb stated if the physics falters, the theory must evolve. But few were prepared to adjust to the music implications. The reality was too weighty, because the figures didn't merely depict motion. They depicted purpose. The acceleration wasn't haphazard. It was steady, smooth, flawlessly synced with the sun's music, location, as if calibrated by someone or something. The last music instance we observed even vaguely similar behavior was with ʻOumuamua. But this time, the impact was more potent, swifter, and much more intentional. As information flooded in from global telescopes, a pattern started to surface. 3I Atlas wasn't violating just one rule. It was violating them all. Its orbit aligned almost perfectly with the ecliptic plane, within 5 degrees of the route taken by Earth and other planets. A coincidence so unlikely that Loeb dubbed it the cosmic equivalent of striking a bullseye in utter darkness. Then emerged the jet irregularity, a material burst shooting straight toward the sun, contrary to any comet's behavior. Normally, solar radiation drives dust from the sun, creating tails that invariably point outward. But Atlas defied that too, as if repelling sunlight itself. Its velocity was another impossibility, quicker than smaller, lighter objects like ʻOumuamua and Borisov. Music, despite its mass making it sluggish, and its brightness progression defied reason. As it approached the sun, it intensified at a -7 rate, double any known comet strength. Then came the blue hue, not icy white, not fiery red, but an electric spectral blue, hotter than the sun's photosphere. Its surface heat appeared to surpass 5,800 Kelvin, an accomplishment no natural body can attain without evaporating. By now, astronomers weren't merely puzzled, they were concerned. Because if 3I Atlas isn't adhering to celestial mechanics rules, then it's adhering to something else. Perhaps an order. Spectroscopic examinations from James Webb and ground observatories uncovered something even odder. The object's makeup. Unlike natural music comets with haphazard blends of rock, ice, and minerals, Atlas exhibited an exact nickel-to-iron ratio, identical to that in engineered high-temperature alloys for spacecraft, music, and jet engines. In nature, metals mix erratically, but Atlas's metals were equilibrated, purified, music, and structured. It also held just 4% water, drier than Earth's aridest deserts. Music, not the dirty snowball anticipated, but a form that appears forged, not frozen. Some scientists now, music, speculate the outer layer might not be natural whatsoever. It could be a ceramic or composite coating, heat-resistant and refined, accounting for its clean light reflection without cracks or anomalies. That reflection yields an unmatched polarization mark. Light waves align with mathematical exactness. Music, something unseen in any natural entity. As Loeb remarked, if designing a probe for a billion-year galactic trek, it would resemble this exactly. And then arrived the disclosure that astonished even doubters. When researchers mapped 3I Atlas's trajectory, they observed its path crossing Mars, Venus, and Jupiter orbits, but not Earth's. Its timing was impeccable. At perihelion, when closest to Earth and simplest to view, it positioned behind the sun instead, concealed from our tools. This alignment is so improbably statistical that some astrophysicists now deem it no coincidence. This isn't chance, one JPL analyst declared. It's intentional steering. The notion seems mad until the math appears. The orbit is so accurate that backward plotted. Music, it directs straight to the sky region once the 1977 WOW signal came. A narrowband radio surge SETI pursued for decades. Two events decades apart from identical cosmic spots. Coincidence, perhaps? But as data accumulated, perhaps started sounding much like denial. Each fresh image from the Virtual Telescope project only intensified the enigma. 3I Atlas's color, music, the profound ultraviolet blue no comet should release, challenged every thermal framework. Blue light signifies temperature. Blue light signifies energy. Yet the object displayed no decay signs, music, no breakup, no infrared heat mark. It was music radiating light that wasn't heat whatsoever. Light seeming self-produced, like controlled plasma or ionized gas radiation. Some plasma experts suggested the object might employ electromagnetic drive, creating thrust via solar wind manipulation. Tech humans tested only experimentally. Others think it could be simpler, an ancient machine's remnant so autonomous it runs instinctively long after its creators vanished. If accurate, we might not merely observe alien tech. We might witness alien endurance, a system still executing its task after silent eons. And thus the countdown starts. On December 19th, 2025, Music 3I Atlas will execute its nearest Earth approach, passing at Music 167 million miles, close enough for major telescope from Hubble to Webb to seize it in unmatched detail. If a comet, we'll finally witness the vast gas cloud physics requires. But if no cloud materializes, if Atlas stays the same mute, blue, flawlessly compact entity it always was, Music, then the whole cometary account falls apart. What lingers is Music, something far more troubling. Could it be a probe, an independent watcher surveying our solar system in an ancient trial? Or something stranger still? A gadget meant to engage when societies like ours hit the nuclear brink, as some theoretical physicists now dread. For now, nobody knows. But each music image, each spectral band, each quiet motion in darkness implies one thing. This object observes, and it might not be finished yet. As the latest images from the Virtual Telescope project circulate through labs, music observatories, and every online forum on Earth, one sensation lingers heavier than awe. Disquiet. The cosmos just delivered another impossible puzzle. And this time it's gazing right back. 3I snorts. Atlas proceeds through the solar system, cold, blue, and silent, flouting every equation we trusted. It doesn't act like a comet, doesn't resemble an asteroid, doesn't slot into any neat categories human science constructed to comprehend the sky. It speeds up when it should slow. It glows blue when it should shine white. It conceals when it should radiate. It pursues a path seeming less like chance and more like orchestration. And yet, when data comes, it comes with absolute clarity. No distortion, no mistake, as if the universe compels us to perceive something we spent centuries avoiding. The more we discover, the less we grasp. Each new image from the Virtual Telescope project only heightens the contradiction. The same compact, glowing light point, utterly stable, utterly serene, utterly alien in its apathy. Music, it's as if the sun can't affect it. As if radiation, gravity, and heat all glide off its surface like light from a mirror. If natural, then it's redefining what natural means. If artificial, then we've just seen music, humanity's most profound find. Proof we aren't the first beneath these stars. Either way, music, the world we believed we knew, has changed already. Because the query now isn't if this object is a comet. That query perished when it accelerated Sand's tail. The true query, the one nobody voices aloud, is this. What intelligence kind, music, crafted something able to journey billions of years through interstellar space, fueled by nothing detectable, directed by inexplicable precision, music, and still operate impeccably after eons? What civilization type does that? How long past did they exist? Are they music out there still? Or do we observe their memories, drifting relic? A ghost vessel traversing the cosmic sea, reiterating its task long after its creators, music, became dust. Dr. Avi Loeb cautioned years ago that when science rejects anomalies, it becomes dogma. We can't claim truth-seeking, he said, if accepting only comfortable truths. 3I Atlas is that discomfort, a prompt that the universe isn't bound to our theories. It never was. The sun burns without our permission. The stars shine without our consent. And when something invades our skies, music, we can't explain, we're meant to inquire, not dismiss. So here we stand again, gazing at another dark visitor, and the surrounding silence, music, feels nearly purposeful. Perhaps this is true first contact. Not via radio bursts or sky flashes, but subtle rebellion. Through silent impossibilities, music compelling us to re-examine, rethink, evolve. Maybe that's 3 iAtlas's lesson. Discovery isn't about unknown conquest, but standing fearless before it. And now, as December 19th nears, the day of its closest planetary pass, every Earth telescope will aim at it. Perhaps we'll finally music discern its true nature. Perhaps we'll see zilch. But whatever transpires, we'll recall this instant, humanity's first when a cosmic fragment gazed back and declined explanation. Because sometimes universes don't whisper secrets. Sometimes they display them plainly, music and dare belief. If this tale prompted questions on what's truly out there, don't let it vanish in noise. Subscribe here because we'll track 3 iAtlas till its music, light recedes beyond reach. Activate notifications. New data drops, you'll know instantly. And comment below, what do you believe 3 iMusic Atlas truly is? A rock, a probe, or the initial message from music, civilization, mastering silent speech? I'd love to hear what you think about this, so drop a comment below. If you enjoyed our conversation today, please share this video and subscribe to help the channel grow. Every bit of support counts.